Hello everyone, this is JPL and I'm back for another review. And today I'll be reviewing the Malevolence story arc of the Clone Wars. And the way, if you're new to this, the way I do this, I sit in front of the camera, no editing, no nothing, and just giving you my personal opinions. Okay, to start off this is they introduce Plo Koon. Plo Koon was one of those characters I saw in the Star Wars movies, and I really didn't think much of him because we don't know anything about him. And now he has a personality, and I really enjoy that. And next up is they bring in General Grievous, and finally, we get to see him in the Clone Wars. I was more interested in how he is because I really liked him in Episode 3, and I wanted to know more. Now, the Malevolence, it's an ion cannon, but it kind of looks like a Death Star prototype, as if they're testing, like, how the weapon is going to be like, how they do it, and that's just how I see the Malevolence. Next, it's the clones have personalities. That's a fantastic addition. They each have their different ways of talking to each other, and I thought that was quite fun how they have different personality yet they're the same person. Another thing that I noticed is that Anakin is extremely reckless, and it really fits him. Now, pod hunters. This is something that's just brand new, and at the time it comes out, you'd think, oh, that's a great addition, but in reality, it's never used ever again, so I'm big on continuity, and I don't really think that's good. We get more insight on Ahsoka's backstory. Plo Koon is the one who found her and brought her to the temple, and I really think that builds a relationship between those two. And another thing I like to say is that the clones, they can survive temporarily in space with their helmets, and that's just something that we've never really seen before. And Plo Koon, now we know that his respirator can help him breathe in space a bit. And the funnest thing for this episode was the Force connection between Plo and Ahsoka. I thought that was a really touching moment for them because they're basically family. For the next episode, we have, in the beginning, Anakin. We see him as a great pilot, but now we see him as a great tactician for space battles, and I really like how they did it here. Now, the smuggler's route. I really like how, Anakin, back when he's young and on Tatooine, he remembers just stuff he hears from the smugglers when they're just in the shop. A thing I like about this episode is it's unique because so far it's the only one in the Clone Wars that has these giant mantises. Which I'm wondering, why are they inside the nebula? And if you can answer that, go ahead. The thing that I'm just sort of confused is why does not the medical station not have any security or a blockade, a defense of ships defending it? It's just helpless. These are clones that are helpless, and your thing is helpless. You need someone to defend it. Another thing I'm going to say is Anakin's piloting skills. You really see that in this one. The clones, they're just not as good, and so he has to lower his skill a bit. And on to the next episode. A thing that I just did not like about it is just they had to bring in Padme into this. The thing that I don't really like about her in this is just, for me, her character in this episode just seems like they had to force her into it, just because she's a memorable character, and really, Anakin and Padme are just they're really terrible at hiding their love. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, Anakin, like, his reaction to it, it's really obvious that they're in love. They need to work on that. The thing that I'm sort of confused about is why are there droid firefighters? I mean, that's a cool addition. Droids going in with their cool little coloring design, and we never see them again, and it's bad. I don't like it. Another thing I don't like is General Grievous' design in this one. It makes him more robotic than cyborgish. It doesn't look like he has organic, because in the episode 3 he was much more revealing, which is why Kenobi was easy to defeat him. Now, another thing is why does Anakin have a comm leak on his arm, and he doesn't in episode 3? That's just continuity. You don't see that there. C-3PO, I'm not really sure what to think of his place in this episode. He really does not put in a role except for the comedic aspect. The thing that bugged me the most of this episode, as a kid, was Obi-Wan versus General Grievous. Like, though in episode 3 it did feel like they had a history together, but it did not. They in this episode they were fighting each other with the lightsabers, and in episode 3 Obi-Wan was kind of surprised that General Grievous was going to fight him himself, and he says, like, I've been trained by Count Dooku. I'm pretty sure that if they fought before, Kenobi should know this, so I really think there's just a major plot hole in this. And another little thing is the ship that Anakin uses, the Twilight. Why does it have a scope in the middle of the ship that shoots lasers? That seems like a awkward design. But I'm just nitpicking at this point. So to rate this episode, because of the little things in the episode, the third one, I'm gonna have to rate this story arc an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.